Hello and welcome on Eurosport. Hello and welcome to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve on the Ile de Notre Dame in Montreal. And it started on a damp circuit. For the first qualifying session, Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock on a dusty and slippery Gilles Villeneuve circuit. A circuit that is usually picking up time all over the weekend because more rubber is laid down as more cars go round and round from now on. And the team's losing quite a lot of power on that. The Ferrari seemed less affected on Friday afternoon, and Jean Alesi made good use of it by beating Michael Schumacher to pole position provisionally. Schumacher again being on fine form. The end of the session on this slowing down lap, a blow up for Michael Schumacher, but he set his time then and he had to settle for second. We'll be back in a sec. Then the second qualifying session, Saturday afternoon.
Spare car in that setup, the race car will be as he used throughout the weekend. It's information gathering, and any running like this is very valuable to the team.
Schumacher overtaking Eddie Irvine. Eddie qualifying 9th, currently in 20th position, and looking forward to a great race. Eddie is in a very good mood. Well, he should be, I suppose.
I think he's very happy indeed. He had a good qualifying session. Both the Jordans qualified in the top 10, and in fact on the Saturday morning were very, very competitive. Of course, Irvine looking for more points, as is Rubens Barrichello, and of course team leader Eddie Jordan, having got accustomed to picking up points in the 94 season, will be equally happy.
Mark Blundell in front of Michael Schumacher. Mark, who qualified just outside the top 10 in 13th, behind former teammate Martin Brundle in 12th. And I'm happy to say that the Ford telemetry works again on our screen, John. And the gearbox works.
And the gearbox has got all 6 gears this afternoon, this morning, this afternoon for our viewers in Europe. And in fact, Steve Parker from Ford showed me a graph of the telemetry of the Ford for one lap during the Spanish Grand Prix, and to, let's say, silence any cynics that did not believe that Schumacher had only one gear for the Grand Prix. Incredible as it seems, that is the case, and you can see when he ran down the straight at 14,600, or 14,400 in fact, and what he did, one of the things that Schumacher did was, because he was very quick on the early part of the straight and he was able to come out and get alongside people, he physically turned his head to where the car he was alongside and almost said, "This is Schumacher, I'm the race leader, let me go past." And one of those strange situations, the pressure that Schumacher did put on the driver and contributed to his ability to maintain position as much as it was to lap. And times, I suppose, will get faster and faster. There you see it on your screen. Martin Brundle, Michael Schumacher's former teammate. Mechanical problems cheated him from that opportunity. It's a circuit he professes to enjoy, as well as a number of other drivers. They like the twists and turns around this island in the middle of the St. Lawrence Seaway, but it is a circuit, as I mentioned earlier, that is mechanically very hard indeed. We saw JoeGeo later do that in Barcelona on a Sunday morning. Great for the morale, good for the guys and the team. The big problem that Martin has, of course, starting back in the 6th row of the grid, is finding his way to the front. Well, Martin's sensible enough and mature enough to know that you can't win a Grand Prix in the first corner, let alone the first lap. And that's where the strength of the teamwork of the McLaren team ought to be great assistance to Martin Brundle when the Grand Prix itself starts.
And David is not on the first page, just outside 20th. He's 21st or 22nd now, but basically on one of his very first flying laps of this warm-up.
Well, that just shows you how much work is going on through that newly introduced chicane. Schumacher swinging left and right. Damon Hill, David Coulthard, in fact, shadowing him. Schumacher enters pit lane.
It was Michael Schumacher who scored his third consecutive pole position, and Jean Alesi did not improve on his Friday time. So Alesi in second, Schumacher another pole. Michael Schumacher on pole position for the third consecutive time and for the third time in his Grand Prix career.
Michael Schumacher, who now just leaves the pit, is in pole position, and that ought to give him the best shot of getting into that sequence of corners ahead of the field. But Alesi pretty rapid out of the box, as is Berger. Of course, Damon Hill and David Coulthard, who are fourth and fifth.
Have a look at the grid. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Welcome back with the green light here on Eurosport for the Canadian Grand Prix held last weekend. A very good start from Michael Schumacher, then two Ferraris, and a very good start for David Coulthard, slotting in all 26 cars, making it safely through the first corner, although nearly a little contact. Well, Damon Hill would have loved to be in front of David Coulthard, but early on, no such thing as team orders. Until David lost contact with Gerhard Berger a little bit, both stopping after a couple of laps. While leader Michael Schumacher is just edging away, just ever so slightly. Half a second to a second a lap, and setting fastest lap, of course, on every lap he did. Looks after the rear tyres much better, so I will fall back a little quicker than Jean might do if we fall back at all. Luckily the Ford telemetry showed us that Michael Schumacher had all his gears. That man, remarkable second place in Barcelona, where he did the last section of the race in only fifth gear. Well, the last section, about 35% of it. After 26 laps, this is the top six, with Michael Schumacher leading by roughly 26 seconds. Rest of the top 12. And Michael Schumacher, well and truly on his way to his 7th Grand Prix victory. Although, if Damon Hill had a free lap, then he would be slightly quicker than Schumacher. The only problem was that Schumacher was some 20 seconds ahead of him. If only, well, if onlys have won lots of Grand Prix. The fact of the matter was that Michael Schumacher was dictating the pace. He was well ahead of the Williams Renault in second. Powered by that remarkable Ford V8 engine, revving up to 14,500 revs. We had a V8 leading a V10 and then a V12. .2 seconds. The gap between Alesi and Schumacher, and in the background in third position, closing rapidly on Jean Alesi, was Damon Hill. He was some 20 seconds behind, now, well, maybe 16. Beretta, Morbidelli, Gasho, Comas, Katayama, Irvine, De Cesaris, Brundle and Frenzen joined him on the retirement list. All in all, 16 drivers finished. The last one to finish was to be classified was Alessandro Zanardi, but the first one to be classified is Michael Schumacher, winning his 7th race in his career, his 5th of the 1994 Grand Prix season. He wins it in fine style, 39 seconds ahead of Damon Hill. Jean Alesi ends 3rd, 4th Gerhard Berger, 5th David Coulthard, scoring his first points, and in 6th place, crossed the line Christian Fittipaldi, but post-race scrutiny. A happy Michael Schumacher driving his car back to the Parc Fermé. Spectators on the circuit and the top 3 on the rostrum. And a very happy top 3 it was indeed.
It was certainly straightforward in the way that I didn't have to fight really against somebody closely, but I had a tough fight on the circuit in terms of different against Jean and as well against Damon, because there was times where I didn't know how they managed to go suddenly quicker.
Eurosport.
Schumacher again being on fine form.